Okay, so imagine this. You resume a Let's Play where you're doing it live. All goes normal. You actually make pretty good progress. And you feel like it's probably one of your best streams for this Let's Play that you've done. To then realize that one of the first comments that you get was telling you that you were muted the whole time. That is what happened to my 7th stream of my Pokemon Sword Let's Play. At first, when I heard about that, I stopped the stream and I started a new one, just so I can confirm on stream if I was only muted for maybe a fraction of that time. I did an audio test, and it seemed like everything was working. I listened back to the stream, and I just see myself sitting there, talking, but you can't hear my voice. At the time, I actually thought that I lost a lot of material. But looking back at it, I began to realize that we still have the visuals. So in this video, to make up for the fact that the 7th stream for Pokemon Sword is pretty much a waste, I am going to be using the footage to help describe to you guys what exactly happened, and so we could be able to recap and catch up before I could start stream number 8. So with all of that information out of the way, let's start the recap.
Here we go!
When this stream first started off, this took place immediately after we defeated the ground-type gym leader and got our gym badge. In the end of it, we found out that there was a restaurant called My Uncle Bob's Restaurant, which that's surprising because last time I checked, I never had an Uncle Bob. But after that, we figured out more parts of the story and that there was a 5th part of a tapestry from the story of the Legends of the Darkest Day, and finding out that the Darkest Day and the legendary Pokemon actually have some sort of connection. After when we made that connection, we go outside to what I assume was a hot spring, and Hop encourages us to go into a battle while Sonia witnesses it. Sonia uses it now as some kind of inspiration to see the two of us happy, and also glad to see that Hop was feeling all cheered up, and then Hop ran off because he lost that gym battle and he was going to go try that again. Afterwards, I set off again to continue our adventure, but before we immediately ran off, I managed to get my Pokemon healed, and then we continue going all through Route 9. But while exploring through Route 9, the farther we went, we discovered that Team Yell is at it again by protecting, agitating. Honestly, the way how they protect Pokemon are kind of confusing, but they intend to protect this Pokemon for some reason while also causing a scene, and also we're helping protect this dude who actually gave us our bike in the previous streams. Don't worry, I'm not forgetting anything. But all that aside, we managed to defeat Team Yell and they go away, and after when we defeat them, they let us continue going through the path. But at the end of that battle, the guy who we actually helped protect who they were harassing was the same guy who gave us the bike from one of the previous streams, and as a bonus, he gave us an attachment to our bike, so now we are able to bike in water. And after we get this brand new attachment for our bike, we had to go through this whole body of water and ice maze to figure out where we were able to go to Chichester so we could be able to find the Dark-type gym. And let me tell you, it was kind of an annoying process to figure out where the end of this maze was, but it was totally worth it when we managed to get to the end of it.
I meant to say Spikemouth, not Chichester.
But we finally make it over to Spikemouth, and we manage to actually enter over to where the Dark-type gym leader is, but there's a bit of a problem. For some reason, the entrance leading into the gym was closed, and there was no way to get in. And conveniently, Maureen was actually telling us where the secret entrance was located. But before she let us in, she kind of just gave us a whole monologue about how she's my rival. So, as a fair trade, she was only going to let us in if we were going to be able to defeat her in a Pokemon battle. And, no surprise, we managed to defeat her, and then she also goes off on saying that how her hamster-looking Pokemon was feeling as if we had a very strong bond to our Pokemon, and then lets us inside the gym. As we were going through inside the gym challenge is actually a very simple gym challenge. There's no crazy mini games you have to do. Really, you're just going through a very long hallway, but the farther you go into, you'll be ambushed by other Team Yell members. Pretty much you're looking like you're being ambushed inside a dark alley. and you have up to around 4 of these encounters. Really, this part of the gym is not very significant at all. But if anything, it conveniently gave an opportunity for my Pokemon to grind. Yeah, sorry about the brain farts. But brain farts aside, we managed to finish up the quote-unquote gym challenge, and inside we actually see the Dark-type gym leader performing a concert for all of the other TBL members. He was surprised to actually see us finish the gym challenge because, honestly, he really wasn't expecting anyone to be interested in fighting him. And before we started fighting, he kinda shares news that he finds very depressing, that in his gym he doesn't have the capabilities of Dynamaxing, but he also does have the confidence that he might actually be able to take us down in a gym battle. Another twist when it came to this gym battle as well was because I did not want to use Mozzarella at first to just take care of all the battling, because I wanted to give all of my other Pokemon an opportunity to be able to participate in the gym and hopefully maybe actually have a gym fight where we didn't need to use Mozzarella as a scapegoat. But what ended up happening was, I ended up getting too comfortable with that plan, and a bunch of my Pokemon started getting knocked out, and just when I actually almost thought that we were going to lose, we were lucky enough to actually win. And battle over. The gym leader was kind of disappointed that we were able to beat him, but then we learned that Marine was actually watching the battle the whole time. And through this scene, we actually learned that the Dark-type gym leader Piers and Marine are actually brother and sister. During their interactions, the Dark-type gym leader wanted to say that he wanted to give up being a gym leader and hand it on to Marine. But Marine strongly declined wanting to do it, and also was informing him that if she were to win the Champion Cup, that she will no longer be allowed to sign up for being a gym leader, even if she wanted to, which in fact she didn't. After when the battle was over, we get news that there was actually an explosion that just occurred outside the gym. So we all end up running outside to actually see what exactly the explosion was, and we end up running into Lee. We offer to give Lee some assistance, but he declined it, because he would rather have us just focus on collecting all of our gym badges, and not to worry. But almost in a split second, articles started coming out saying that Lee managed to use his Charizard because he had to take down a Pokemon that suddenly went through a Dynamax. After a couple minutes of trying to catch up to Hammerlock Stadium, we managed to actually catch up back to Lee, Sonia, and Hop, and we all gather together because we're all trying to talk about the current event that just happened, because we wanted to see if the Darkest Day had some sort of effect on Dynamaxing. It just so happens that Sonia's grandmother comes out and she actually confirms that that theory is in fact correct. She also mentions that she was on her way to speak to Chairman Rose because she was going to be talking about some sort of power thing that's occurring that is also having an effect on the Pokemon Dynamaxing. We tried to ask her the full extent exactly to what Chairman Rose was trying to get her to do, but really she didn't know much. And if anything, too, Sonia's grandmother did give her a lot of praise, and that also gave her more motivation to follow up more with her research. After when we finished reading all that dialogue, it was at that point to where we were up to being able to join in on the last gym battle of the game. But before I wanted to jump into the gym battle, I thought it would have been smart to do a couple of more raids just so we could collect more XP candies, so we can make sure that some of the Pokemon that are falling behind in levels could actually have a chance to assist us if we actually did get stuck in the final gym. Luckily, since that we made this recap for a reason, around this time, I actually got the comment in the stream chat saying that my microphone was not taking in audio, and so I decided not to do the Dragon-type gym leader on this current stream, and save it for the next upcoming stream. And with all that aside, that was mainly what happened with this Pokemon stream. But before we end off, we should at least give you some updates about what is happening with my Pokemon squad. I figured I would save this for last because focusing a bit more on the dialogue and the story and the more significant parts of what happened in the game, I thought were more important to share earlier, which now is time to share about how did the Pokemon in the squad turn out in this stream. Well, let me tell ya. So in this stream, Mozzarella went from a level 46 to a level 50. Big Moist went from a level 46 to a level 48. Nuzleaf leveled up from a level 47 to a level 49, and also during this stream I decided to give him a nickname, and based off of his older evolution, I felt a fitting nickname for him would have been Granddad. So Granddad is now at level 49. Ellie went from level 44 to 46. Don't even get me to pronounce this name. Don't even try. To make up for the fact that I cannot pronounce his name, I also changed his name to Scales. So in that case, Scales went from a hefty level up improvement from a level 34 to a level 49. And he also evolved twice, so he's already done evolving. And lastly, Fever Dream went from level 46 to level 48. And also addressing the guy who mentioned in my previous stream that my microphone was muted, he actually did tell me that I should really look into getting Fever Dream to fully level up to being a Gengar. And trust me, by the time next stream comes up, we are definitely going to make sure that Fever Dream is evolved before we go into the Dragon-type gym. Alright, got all that done. Ripping up my script, because I'm not going to need this anymore. Honestly, it was kind of interesting making this video, but frankly, I hope I'm never in a situation where I have to do this again, because as interesting as this video was to make, it was also definitely a pain in the ass to throw together. But you know what? What matters is, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm really glad I was able to catch up with this recap. So now, without further ado, depending when stream number 8 comes out, you guys are all caught up. You're all good. Alright? We good now? Good. And I learned a valuable lesson when it comes to setting up streams. Make sure your microphone is on before you have to make an extensive recap summarizing a 2-hour stream into over 12 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until then, I will see you guys next time. Peace.